Hey everyone, so today I'm meeting with my friend Jen Carter. She is a liability lawyer and is going to be answering a few questions as far as what you need to do in case of a claim, what good coverage means, what you should have, what to do, what not to do, importance of coverage. So stay tuned, or I'm going to be posting a few things here and there, but check us out on Instagram and on our Facebook. I'll see if I can post it here too. But I'll be meeting up with them, and if you do have any questions. Hi everybody, this is Maria Bassler with Farmers Insurance, and I'm here with Jennifer Carter today. Can you tell us what you do?
Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer Carter. I work with Jacobsma Law. I practice personal injury and workers' compensation.
Great. So today we're going to be talking about a few things that happen when you get into an accident. She's going to be answering some of the questions. And then obviously if any other questions come up, you can always leave a comment and we can address that with you.
Yes, happy to do that.
So let's start with, what should a person do when they get into a motor vehicle accident?
Well, that's a loaded question. There's a lot of things to do, and I'm sure that all those things are not what's running through your head when an accident happens. I know that, kind of fight or flight, there's a lot of nerves happening, but some real common or basic things to look for, to note, are photos of each vehicle, information from the other driver. We know get registration and their license. That's the most important information. I would tell you to call the police, have them come out, especially if anyone's injured, have them take a report. I know sometimes that can take a while for the police to come, or sometimes they don't want to come.
Yeah.
But if you can have it, I would recommend that you have them come and get that report taken. The more information that you have, the better. If there's any question as to how the accident occurred, if you see witnesses, bystanders that are willing to give their contact information, to be a bystander witness, a neutral witness as to how the accident occurred, that's really important and key information.
Yeah. One of the things that I mention to my clients a lot is that they should take a picture of that license plate.
Right.
I've personally been in situations where they give me wrong information, and if it wasn't because of the license plate of a picture, the right information, then I wouldn't have been able to contact or get a hold of that person and kind of go after them.
Right.
So definitely very important.
We have to have something to go by.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so also, how does the coverage, in your perspective, how does it help a client when they get into an accident?
Well, it's one of the first things that we look at. Oftentimes I ask a client, okay, do you know what kind of coverage you have? And I hear that, well, I have full coverage. But full coverage can mean many different things.
It's not always full coverage.
Right. By law, the minimum coverage that you're required to have is liability insurance, $15,000 per person, a maximum of $30,000 per accident. That's the minimum. So sometimes when insurance companies are selling that insurance, they're saying, okay, you're fully covered, you have this. And all that means is that you have the minimum coverage under the law.
Meaning you won't get a ticket. That is it.
Right, exactly, meaning that you won't get in trouble for not being insured while driving. But there's so much more to your auto policy that you can have, as I'm sure Maria knows. And what I look for is to see, do you have medical payment coverage? Meaning perhaps you don't have health insurance and you need to get treatment and you don't want to have to pay out of pocket. Right away we can get you treating with medical payment coverage. That doesn't mean that I can't get you treating with doctors on a lien basis, but medical payment coverage is helpful. Say you were taken by an ambulance and then you're getting that bill in the mail, medical payment can take care of that type of billing.
Now, I'll stop you right there. One of the things too, when it comes to medical payments, and I get a lot of the clients tell me, well, I have insurance, I have medical insurance, why should I get that coverage? And I mentioned to them that, yeah, we all have that coverage possibly, but you still have a deductible, you still have co-payments. Some insurance don't cover chiropractic care. And if they do, they have a co-payment that you still have to pay. And if you have to go several times a week, you know, let's say 3 times in 1 week at, let's say, $60 a month, that's still a good bill for you to pay that you weren't expecting. So having good coverage and having that medical pay will definitely help you out and not have to worry or stress over, now I need more coverage. Now, how am I going to get that money? I don't have it. It wasn't my fault, or it was my fault, but I don't have the money to pay for it.
Right.
So definitely important to have it.
Well, and that's just it. With auto accidents, a lot of costs come up that you were not planning on. So even if the bill I get where a deductible, I have to pay $100 for that ER visit, and maybe that doesn't sound like a lot of money to everyone, but when you're not expecting it and you're having other bills coming up, it can be a huge detriment.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for answering that. What do you recommend as far as insurance? Like, should they have, aside from medical pay, would you recommend anything else that they should have? Cars? I mean, a lot of people tell me that, you know, the car's already paid off. I don't need to have insurance for that anymore. What do you say to that, or what else do you recommend to the client?
I actually heard that from someone not too long ago who was in an accident, and it wasn't an important, well, it was an important car to them, but it was kind of that car that was beaten up, but it was that car that got them from point A to point B every day, and then it got totaled in an auto accident, and they had the minimum coverage, right? Granted that with collision coverage is not going to get you back into a brand new vehicle either. The one thing I say about having collision coverage under your own insurance is that it's the part of your policy where who cares about the other person's insurance. You can get your car taken care of right away. You don't have to worry about the liability issue being determined by the other person's insurance. Sometimes there can be a delay in that because they can't get in touch with their insured, and they're not going to make a liability decision until they have that conversation with their insured and determine that their insured is at fault. Right. So collision coverage is important, but even more important in my book is uninsured and underinsured motorists, because there are so many people on the road, first of all, that aren't following the law and aren't insured, or have a minimum coverage of $15.30. And let's face it, medical bills are expensive. And so $15.30 is not a lot, especially if you're in an accident where there's a pretty decent hit. You know, $15.30 is not enough.
For an overnight visit at a hospital, definitely not. And I've had a lot of people tell me that. So it's definitely important for you guys to get more information in regards to what's a good insurance policy to have, what limits are good to have, you know, who to talk to. You know, you can always give us a call, call our agency, or I will be providing Jen's information on this video, so that if you do want to contact her in regards to questions for maybe a situation that you went through, or maybe, you know, just want to know and have it in your pocket for if something does happen, then you know what to do. You know, leave us a comment, you know, we'll be in touch. Thank you for staying and, you know, watching this video real quick.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Jen.